Auntie Abna, so what if I tell you that your shyness may be a personality disorder? Rakoju, what if your I am shy may be a personality disorder? Let's talk about avoidant personality disorder today. The feeling of shyness, inadequacy, and extreme fear of criticism or humiliation is avoidant personality disorder. This affects or it can affect children as young as 2 years. We're going to look at the causes of this disorder. You enter a family and you realize that the father is like that, the mother is like that, or the grandparents or the great-great-grandparents, when you hear their history, was like that. So genetics is a factor. You say, oh, the father is naturally quiet. The disadvantage or the effect of the father's quietness. When you look at it from that angle, then you'll be able to resolve the issue that your child may be having. Environmental factor is also another cause. Child neglect. When the child was growing up, he grew up in an environment where they didn't even see him. He was not noticeable, and then the environment itself was toxic for the child, where there were domestic abuse or violence. When a child is emotionally damaged or has been emotionally traumatized, they grow up living in that condition. There are actually adults who did not actually pick it up as children. They probably picked it up growing up or from their workspace or the school that they belong to. When a child is bullied because of the physical appearance, or maybe the person's IQ wasn't so sharp, his results is always not good. And then he sees his friends, having good grades and all that. It can actually affect them to coil in. We also have the psychological factor. When a person has gone through a series of rejection or criticism or humiliation, they find withdrawal as a coping mechanism to avoid these experiences or these feelings. Looking at some of the symptoms, they have fear of rejection, humiliation, criticism, and then they also have this feeling of inadequacy, like they are not enough. Whatever that they do will not be enough for the people around them or for themselves. You see, it's about how they picture themselves or how they see themselves that brings this kind of personality disorder. They avoid social interactions or social presence, and they are very shy. They are extremely shy. And it's not just shyness, because they are afraid of being criticized, of being humiliated. There are some people whose parents are even the cause of their own problems. There are some people whose siblings are the cause of the problems that they are having because of criticism. We joke about some of these things, but we don't even see the effect. We don't even know the effect that some of these jokes that we have in our various homes, schools, or workplaces have on the individual persons. Due to their shyness, they have this reserved demeanor. They want to always mind their business. They are always walking alone. They are always sitting alone. They are always eating alone. They are reserved. You hardly even hear them talk. They would rather listen to you than to talk. Because before they open their mouth to talk, they are calculating. In fact, they are assessing themselves whether whatever that they are going to say will make sense or not. They are reluctant to have relationships outside the circle they find themselves. So if they find themselves comfortable in their family or in their home, they find it difficult to make friends outside the home circle. So they go to work, they barely talk to anybody. They find it difficult getting into intimate relationship because the exposure the intimate relationship would put them in, they don't want to experience it. Relationship is such that you would want to be yourself around this person. And these people find a whole big deal with it. They have low self-esteem because they are always preoccupied in their own thoughts. What is running through their mind is that they are not good enough. They are not enough for themselves. They are not enough for anything. So they are always looking down on themselves. Let's look at some of the effects. They are always feeling worthless. They are always struggling through the relationship they find themselves in, whether intimate or whichever relationship they find themselves in. They always struggle through it. Don't joke about things that you see nothing wrong with it. If you want to criticize them, it has to be constructive, so not to hurt them or make them feel humiliated. You may be all shades of right about your criticism, but the way and manner you went about it could actually trigger what it's not supposed to trigger. We avoid making decisions, especially decisions that revolves around work, that revolves around the home, that revolves around something that's, it has to do with the group. Avoid making decisions which they feel can humiliate them if everything goes wrong. Psychotherapy is one of the effective approach in treating this condition. There are some medications that can also help, but psychotherapy is very effective in dealing with people with avoidant personality disorder. I hope this one also helps. Thank you for staying with me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in my next episode. Bye.